Be like, oh, not again.
Well, you know what we should do is we should launch a meme coin.
Yes, we should. Great transition there, Kate.
Great transition.
Why don't you go ahead and tell us what you mean by that?
Great
I don't even know what it means. A seriously lighthearted meme coin.
It sounds like it's going to be a
SLP
bad
coin.
idea.
Yeah.
But who else did that recently?
The one and the only Hailey Welch.
Yes.
That was sexy. That's all I gotta say.
What, Money just did?
Yeah, not really.
I feel like I was out of the know. I feel like I would have heard about this before hearing about this.
I haven't heard a damn thing about her recently until you started sending that stupid Bitcoin shit.
The funny thing is, so we originally talked about her with the Tuah video, the original viral video.
We did a follow-up and then
the
another
things.
follow-up, I think.
Well, we did one follow-up, and it was in defense of Hailey Welch because she was going on the show. She hadn't yet did her podcast yet. She was going on the show. Right. She was talking about maybe a reality show, maybe a podcast, this and that. And I was like, you know what? This is the way the world is today. That little moment in time catapulted her into the spotlight, and she's taking advantage of it as one should, and gonna make some money, whatnot.
Facts.
She has a podcast. I never watched a single episode. I watched a couple clips, that came up in the scrolling feed,
Didn't even
in
get
shorts,
that far.
shorts, because they came up, for Bill Maher, and I think that was actually one that was on our show that we did. And,
Okay.
But I never watched a single episode of her show because I wasn't interested.
Okay.
I was like, oh, this is great. Okay, cool. But I was like,
Good for her, but that doesn't mean it's a long
wasn't
year.
really interested.
Yeah.
Right.
But I think, I do think it's just a really interesting tale of this rise to stardom and how she probably wouldn't have gone anywhere if people didn't come around her and say, hey,
Yeah.
you could do something. Like people are reaching out, and then she gets a team and now they're around her and they're like, okay, we're going to do this. We're going to do this. Let's do a meme coin. Like, why the fuck did you come up with a cryptocurrency? And you haven't even been around for a year in your life in the public eye. I feel like, I don't know, but a part of me has this thought that she has a team around her and they're like, we're going to do this. And they said they tried to put in safeguards so that what happened wouldn't happen.
Of course it is.
But then it happened. And so what?
It looks rather suspect, though, that what happened, and immediately after having all these people buy in, she sells, what was it, like 90-some% of it?
Yeah. So, give us a quick synopsis.
So
I got a couple
really
things.
bad.
So I don't know if she sold 90% of it, but what happened was there was this guy, CoffeeZilla, who actually did a really great analysis of it.
Okay.
Probably should watch that. But there were a bunch of people who were invited to buy. They bought a bunch, and I think it was those guys who dumped it after the price was driven up, and then they dumped it.
Because they made the money knowing it wasn't going to be sustainable.
Yeah.
They were.
And so,
But
so within 3 hours, the coin plunged 91%.
at no point would I invest a large chunk of money in something that just came about off of a random TikTok video.
Yeah, so you sent that link of the woman who jumped $35,000, and now whether that's true or not, I don't know. That was her life savings or college, kids' college.
Yeah, all these people that are claiming that they got scammed,
now,
regardless of the amount that they were scammed or whatever, it's just like, bro, you decided to invest as a risk, as any investment is a risk when it comes to stocks and coins and all of that. You chose to invest in this risk based off of a freaking random TikTok video.
Yeah, a woman who got famous for saying one thing.
Yeah.
And but what I'm thinking is, like, you get this team around you, and they want to use they're going to make money off your fame.
Yeah.
And they're sharks, and then they're going to go to the next one. Right. Yeah. And fine, because it's like, okay, these are people who know how to do this, how to get you into the spaces where you need to be. But they're also sharks, and I don't think they really give a fuck about her.
Right.
They're going to go on to the next one as soon as she's burned.
Well,
Yeah.
And it seems like she's going to burn here.
It's her that's going to get burned. They're the
Right.
team that put it in their ear,
Probably,
saying, this is a great idea. We can make some money. You can make some money. It'll grow your brand, so forth and so forth. But it's going to be her that gets crucified, and they're going to just swim away and go, like you said, go on to the
They're
next
off scot
victim.
free. Yeah.
Now, I don't want to say I think she might be an innocent little angel. She could be.
True.
She that could all be an act. Maybe she isn't as sweet and as apple pie as we thought. But one thing that immediately happened with me was I thought, okay, we've seen this before. We've seen influencers launch coins or crypto, and it just crashes. And I got a list. Kim Kardashian and Floyd Mayweather Jr. in 2022. They named a class action lawsuit, alleged they promoted Ethereum Max, a cryptocurrency, experienced a significant price surge, then a sharp decline. Said their endorsements misled investors. Is it how do you say this? Is it FaZe Clan?
I can't say it for them.
Sure.
FAZE.
Yeah, I'd assume
Sure.
FaZe Clan members and Rice Gum. Same thing. They did a coin. The charity token that quickly lost value after launch. Investigators says that some promoters sold their holdings immediately after the price increased. So again, boom. Jake Paul, Soulja Boy, they did it. Ice Poseidon did it. So there's a track record of influencers doing this shit. Prices go up because like they pump it up, and then people get excited, and then boom, they dump or people buy a bunch. They call them snipers. They buy a bunch in, and then as soon as it's up, they drop it.
And the problem is
they cash out, and then they make their money, and everybody else just loses everything.
But another problem is, why are you putting so much behind? Why are you putting so much financially behind these influencers? Now I see throwing out stars their way for videos that entertain you and stuff, but that's real life savings. That's real money. You like anything, you have to treat it like a true investment. It has to have some kind of backing. The person has to have some kind of backing. They have to have a portfolio. They have to have something more than a viral moment, a video, a podcast. Like, granted, I hope this podcast blows up. There'll never be a point where I'm like, hey, buy this coin that we just created out of nowhere that we don't have any backing to prove this is going to work. Yeah. I will say buy this swag, though, any day. But never to the point where I know it's going to touch people's life savings. And again, it's different. When you didn't plan for this, now you have a team in your ear that are probably saying, we're well versed in this. I worked with this person. I work with this person. I know these things. I'm going to hook you up with this person. I mean, who knows how many hands are in their cookie jar right now and how many voices are in their ears.
In the cookie jar.
Man, I'm telling you, I know, right? But it's just the fact that got to use more common sense. I mean, $100. I'll buy a piece of a coin for $100 and see how it goes because I'm testing it out. Yeah. But why?
You got to get in. You got to get in at ground level because this is going to do nothing
then you
but
have
go
to understand
up.
That's the risk you take. Period.
And trying to blame that on somebody else is wild.
You took the risk.
Yes.
Now,
took the risk.
As an aside, my Bitcoin fucking doubled.
Risk. Okay.
Doubled. At first, I'd lost. Remember, I was telling you, it's down.
Yeah.
It's down.
Same.
Now it's up a little bit. It's fucking doubled.
Yeah. Same.
So I just put $50,000 into it. Just kidding, because I don't got that money.
Okay.
But I'm like, dang, I wish I would have had more money in that.
Yes.
Dang it.
I feel you.
So I'm like,
But
I'm
I
going to
did
start
notice that
putting a
recently, too.
little bit more in, a little bit more
It
in.
was years ago that I put it. It was such a small amount, but it has for the small amount I put, has tripled, almost quadrupled to what I put.
I had someone cash at me Bitcoin.
But
really
see,
not a lot.
Bitcoin's proven. Bitcoin, that is proven.
It's a normal
situation.
Yeah.
But I even remember like the Jake Paul one. I think I remember this one. People saying this is the real thing. This is the real thing.
Of course they're gonna say it's the real thing.
Of course. And then
I can't be like, hey, we're bringing up this coin, but it's not quite the real thing.
I think these influencers are probably the prime target for these scammers that they call snipers to target because they know that they got these massive platforms that are going to get a bunch of people to just put money into, and then they can just undermine it. Right. And they can go in and do it, put the money in and pull it out once it goes up. leaving everybody else, you know.
So can we say that all these investors got hot to it on?
Oh.
No.
Put it in and pull it out. That's what she said. Hey.
All I know is there are some people that it's Securities Exchange. Commission. You know, she's gonna get looked into. It's gonna get looked into.
Big time.
I was gonna watch a video on the way here where it said it was straight Tuah jail. What's the title of it? Straight Tuah jail. I was like, oh, that's clever, and I didn't watch it because I don't know, but I think it's unfortunate, and I don't think it's something that she should even have dipped her ass in. I think she should not have messed around with that stupid shit. She's not. She's her. You're not finance, lady. You're not finance. You're entertainment. Stick to it.
Exactly, and that's why I don't.
And if we ever release a coin, I'll delete this episode.
Right. That's what
you said. Stick to what you do best.
Should be doing that. That's not. Shouldn't be a realm they're in right now, especially when you're dealing with people's finances. Like.
Oh, they're rationalizing it. Oh, it was a great way for the fans to interact, this and that. You got fucking chats, okay? You got chats.
To interact.
You got live shows.
You have live shows.
To take
you have
people's
exclusive
money.
shows. You have exclusive platforms where they can invest $10 a month to get their own private episode with you or something like that. You don't need to do it in a way where you influence them to invest their kids' college funds and stuff. Now, again,
life savings and all that.
They don't know what people are going to invest. They don't know how people are going to invest. So I can't blame her for that. She created something. It's the same as if she created a doll that was a limited edition and they were only making $10,000. And for some reason, everyone wanted to buy that doll. And the value of the doll went ridiculously high. They bought it, they get it, and they realize it's crap. You don't control that, but you do have to understand some of the
at
possibilities.
Least they still got the doll.
True, they did at least get
now
something.
These guys ain't got
nothing.
Well, I mean, they got coins, but they're not worth
They're just not worth as much as they could. I mean,
it's very similar.
It's like the woman in the article I sent, whether it's true or not, you pay $30,000, now it's worth $2,000. Now that's the risk. But the problem is all the press around her doesn't help the fact that it might not go up again. You know what I mean? And I don't know what it's based on. That's not my knowledge. But
at the same time, do you really think with all of this bad press against them that the value is gonna go?
No, because no one's gonna buy it.
Exactly.
But here's the thing. Again, in my point of view, my perspective I'm trying to come at isn't so much about the financial aspect because I don't get that.
Okay.
I don't understand cryptocurrencies and blockchains and all that. And
exactly.
I could if I wanted to, if I applied my attention, but I haven't done that. My point is the cult of celebrity, how we worship that, and how in this day and age, how quick someone rose up in that. Yeah. Just for saying 2 words. There was no other talent.
They were powerful words, though.
Yeah, very powerful. They brought the nation together.
It was like 6 words.
A couple weeks.
To spit on that.
Spit on that thing. You get me? It's etched in my mind.
She did bring us together for a hot moment, dude.
During a nation divided, brought us together. But
I get what you're saying, though.
But yeah, just how, and then that could go wrong. Could go wrong because this was a meteoric rise. Like other people who have risen, that are in this space that are famous, it doesn't happen that quick.
No,
it doesn't happen that fast.
But I'm with you though. I do want to see. Before I could really draw like real conclusion, I just want to see how it unfolds. Who gets involved? Who reads what? Who sees how? Sees all the background to it.
CoffeeZilla,
you know what I mean?
This dude CoffeeZilla who understands this shit went at them in a live chat and. He was asking questions, and they're, the guy who set it all up or was in some way integral to setting it up took the lead and was answering questions. Okay. But he was definitely leading towards this is your guys' fault. Maybe it wasn't necessarily an intended thing, but this is your fault. And somebody made a lot of money. Not only that, people had to pay fees.
Yeah.
So people had to pay certain fees to get in and to buy like early or whatnot.
Yeah.
And those fees went to them. So it's like, what happened to these $3 million in fees? So somebody got that $3 million in fees.
Right.
Even though this coin tanked,
right.
Somebody still got that money. So they're still making out. Question I have is, what happens now? Does she fade away back into the backwaters of wherever the fuck she's from?
Does the podcast keep going?
Yeah.
That's why.
That's what I'm curious.
Is she just is she now, or people just be like, if it comes out in any way that there was some malfeasance here, big word, I know.
You know what this is?
Huh.
Part one.
We'll find out.
There's gonna be follow up. We gotta follow this story through.
But again, for me, it's fame, because you're gonna get people around you who are gonna want to use that.
You said malfeasance?
Malfeasance. Did I say that word right?
It did not sound like you said it that way the first time.
Malfeasance.
I definitely thought you said what he said.
Malfeasance? Malfeasance?
It took me a second.
Malfeasance?
It was a big word. But
Malfeasance.
Okay.
Yeah.
Part one.
Malfeasance. Boom, boom.
It's making me think of something. Malpractice mixed with feces is what that made me think of.
Well, mal means bad, wrong.
Yeah.
And feasance
It's
means
bad.
So it's a bad feces.
conduct. I don't know.
It's bad.
Bad feces.
Not that I've known of any good feces.
Oh, there could be some good feces.
Anyways. Really?
Yeah, sure. Because you have that. You know they do.
Like
you know
if you're
they
constipated for several days, that's a good feces.
You know you've had a good feces. That was a good feces I just had.
If you got it out.
Woo, good feces.
After several days of not.
Anyway, yeah, I'm just curious if is she gonna? Are they gonna like find her guilty or some shit? Or her team? Will there be jail time? Will there be fines? Will she just? Will her fame
blonde ass
fade
white girl
just
going
as
to jail? Come on.
Martha Stewart went?
Yeah, but that was a way
She
bigger
came out
scandal.
hood, too.
Way bigger scandal.
True.
Or is she just going to fade away? Or will she stand up again? Does she have her 3 million, 10 million, 15 million bucks, however much? I don't know how much she got.
I think it really depends on where the money goes.
I'm done.
And what happens to the money and where she stands. And again, I think that's where they're going to follow through. They're going to ask questions. They're going to need to see some evidence of how it was built, brought on, who was involved, who said what. And that would really tell the tale, because the first thing you would know if the person is going to have some kind of legal action is when brands start dropping you.
Yeah. And again, I haven't watched anything of hers besides the clips that come up in my feed. And I barely have watched those.
I haven't even seen any of that.
So the question is, it could be entertaining, but we're entertaining. So
True.
That's not hard.
True.
Okay.
We're entertaining. We're not scamming people. Look at that.
Yeah, not yet. I'd like to get to the level where I can scam a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Just kidding.
He doesn't mean it.
No.
He doesn't mean that.
No.
But he lost his train of thought and get all hyped up.
I did. The point was... Oh, here's my point.
Shit.
Since I haven't really watched her, I don't know what she actually has to offer.
Okay.
Besides, and no, in that first show, the second show we did about her, Bill Maher said people are going to want that shit. And what they meant by that was her genuine, down-home, cute, white, blonde, American with an accent.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we got that. Okay. Now what? What else do you got for us? So there have been a lot of people caught in scandals of various kinds. Some have come out, some haven't. But those ones who have come out actually have something more to offer than just like what I don't know. Maybe she does that. I don't know if she does or not. That's what I'm saying, because I haven't really watched her. Yeah, but all I know is I watched that and I haven't watched her. People are doing it. I don't know who they are.
Yeah, but what always comes after scandal when it comes to the entertainment world?
What?
Reality TV show.
Oh, well, there you go.
Say it from the beginning.
You know what? She said she might look into that. So this is probably a
have
whole
to.
fucking setup. It's a whole thing.
When it's the only check you're going to have after all this is said and done, you're going to take it. Yeah. You're definitely going to take it. Yeah. How many, not to knock all the celebrities that were A-listers and then they get to B and C and then they get that reality show, they all take it.
Yeah.
So, but again, there's going to be more to unfold. I figured at this point, we just kind of see how these dominoes fall.
How tough will it be, though, to go back to being a normie?
Probably not. I bet you for her, it probably won't be too hard. Yeah. She'll probably get annoyed by people yelling out Hawk Tuah.
Oh, she was that whole Hawk Tuah girl there working at the gas station. Exactly. I don't know. I don't know
because I've seen videos of the D's Nuts kid, and he can't stand when people come up to him and yell out D's Nuts.
D's Nuts.
You don't remember that?
I don't know that
viral video. Anyways,
I don't know that I could point him out of a crowd.
I definitely could, but
he would have to be smiling hella hard.
Right. But it's the same thing. I don't know because she hasn't been there that long, so she might not be impacted. But depending on how this thing swings and how her reputation, is it tarnished or is she just going to fade? That's to be unknown. And that
or maybe she's exonerated and she continues on to greatness.
Yeah, we'll see.
First female president of the United States. And I promise that every woman will hock Tuah on that thing.
Oh, Lord, I hope that gets cut out.
In every household. That's a different America.
We were going
That's
good.
a different America.
Trump will make sure she don't go to jail for that.
Going really good until that came out.
Come on over. We'll have McDonald's. And you can show me the hock Tuah. I don't know. It's my Trump's, but second.
Oh.